Today we begin by standing up, everybody's favorite way to begin a yoga practice. I can hear you grunting and groaning even though I can't hear you. And that's okay, I'll take it. So take a moment to find your footing. That may look like looking at your feet, seeing where and how they touch the floor, they touch your mat. You can kind of play with how wide apart they are. Maybe they start to come a little closer together. But just take your stand here on your mat. Hands may naturally draw to your heart, maybe to your belly. Maybe you feel the most empowered with your hands by your side. Just take your rooted stance and stand up just a little taller. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. Do that again. Breathing in, breathing out. And now imagine that you could breathe in from the bottoms of your feet, moving your breath all the way up through your body towards the crown of your head. And imagine that you could send your breath back down and out from your crown all the way down to your heels. Then maybe you're able to breathe a little deeper, like you could breathe from the dirt through your feet, all the way up through your crown, all the way up to the sky. And exhale, completely flush it out. Take that one more round. Inhale. Spend a little more time here. Exhale. Good, and continue to breathe here. And we'll bring our hands to the backs of our legs, just below our sitting bones, just behind our thighs, hamstrings area. And as you inhale, think big lift in your heart. Eyes may look up slightly. As you exhale, fold forward. Slight bend in your knees. Place your fingertips down the backs of your legs, bringing belly closer towards your thighs. And as you inhale, we'll come back to standing. Fingertips can trace behind your legs, coming back up, lifting through your heart. Good, and then slow it down. Exhale, folding forward. Fingertips trace the backs of your legs. Belly softly drops towards your thighs. One more just this way. Inhale. Take your lift. Exhale. Nice, and we'll stay in our forward fold. Option to grab your blocks or any other props that you have nearby. It can be a blanket, it can be a pillow, it can be a pet if they'll allow it. Try walking hands and feet just a little wider apart, maybe rooting down through your palms into whatever you can easily touch. Evenly distribute your weight into your hands and feet, and then softly bend through your elbows, softly bend through your knees, resting belly just a little closer towards your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more breaths in. Last round, breathe in. Breathe out. Now take a big bend back in your knees, lifting up a little higher through your heart. You can rock your weight a little bit forward and back. Feet may kind of rock and roll with you. And we'll put all our weight back into our feet and take a big push down and a big lift up. Eyes may look up towards your thumbs. Then exhale, release your hands back down by your side. Now, depending on your space, you may want to turn more sideways so your legs can go wide like the mat. You may need some props here. They may not do you any good. Maybe you put one block on one edge of your mat and the other can go to the other, just in case you need them. And we'll come to stand back in the middle. Or maybe you've heard of sun salutations before. Tonight we're going to try out some moon salutations. Chandra Namaskara. Hands may naturally draw to your heart, to your belly. Come back to your breath before we move. Now our sun salutations are exact. Moon salutations aren't so specific. I'll give you some movement, I'll give you some breaths, but it's not one breath per movement. It may change from side to side. Nice, breathe in, breathe out. And our next breath in, we're going to reach and stretch both arms up towards the sky. Eyes may look tall towards your thumbs. Good, then we can interlace our hands if that feels okay. Everything except thumb and first finger. Maybe we just kind of touch them. Maybe they almost touch. We're going to take a big stretch over to our left. Take a standing half moon. Move a little more length into your right. Good, then inhale, come back to standing. Release your hands, drop them back down towards the ground. We'll do everything towards our left to start. Step left foot wide, right toes can turn out as well. We'll take a big breath in, reach and stretch arms up. Exhale into goddess, big bend in your knees, big bend in your elbows. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend here. Beautiful. Good, next inhale, come back to standing. And turn your left toes towards one of the short edges of your mat, extending arms wide to the side, coming more into like a warrior two, soft bend into your left knee. Good, take a big breath in, big breath out. And we'll find our way into triangle, Trikonasana. Send weight into your right heel, surf left hand away, and drop left hand down towards your leg. Unless you have a block nearby, your leg works great. Push more weight into your right heel, spin belly and heart just a little higher. Eyes may look up towards your fingers. Nice, now intense leg stretch. Fold forward over your front leg. You can bend your left knee a little bit. Maybe you adjust right foot, making feet come more to railroad tracks. Put a little more weight into your back heel, a little more lift in your heart. And then we'll drop down to low lunge, bring right knee down to the ground. You're welcome to tuck or untuck your back toes, adjusting through your front foot. Nice, now we'll start to move in the opposite direction. So bring hands inside your front leg, rotate to face the long edge of your mat, and turn right toes up. Skandasana, deep side bending lunge. Okay, now we take it to the other side, coming through a wide-legged forward fold, bend into your opposite knee into your right knee, Skandasana, second side. Doing everything in reverse. Low lunge, turn to face your right knee, facing the shorter edge of your mat perhaps. Left knee may turn down. Good, and then we'll pop up into our intense leg stretch. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back hips, and you can adjust left heel, bring it a little wider, sending your seat back, dropping your crown down. Take a breath in, breath out. Building into triangle. Send left heel to the floor. Right hand can find your shin or maybe a block that's nearby, extending left arm up. Turn belly and heart just a little higher to the sky. Nice. And then warrior two. Deep bend into your right knee. Reach hands up and away from the floor. Nice. Big lift. Turn toes and hips back towards the front. Goddess. Big bend. And then we'll rise back up, coming through center. Bring feet back towards one another. Big stretch, standing half moon over towards our right. And that's half our cycle, coming back through center. Bring hands to heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Taking it back to the other side. Reach and stretch arms up. You can hold your own hand, maybe not. Standing moon, lean to your right. This time everything happens to our right. Come back to standing. Goddess. Step your right foot to the side, toes point out, heels drop in. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale, let's bend. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, big lift. Exhale, bend. Moving towards our warrior two. Stand up tall, turn right toes, open arms away. Triangle. Straighten through your front leg, send hips back. Reach right hand as far away from your left hip as you can, dropping right hand down to the ground. Maybe you use a block, maybe you catch your leg instead. Intense leg stretch. Fold forward over your right leg, hinging your hips and squaring-ish through your hips, sending them more towards your toes. Low lunge, drop your left knee down to the ground. Skandasana, move your hands inside your right knee. Maybe left toes want to peel up. And then we move back to the left, coming through your wide-legged forward fold. Skandasana to the left. Low lunge, turn to face your left. You can start to play here. Maybe it feels good to pick a hand up to your knee, maybe hand up to the sky. Intense leg stretch. Tuck through your right toes, pop up through your hips, adjust your stance so this feels accessible. Triangle. Build it from the ground up, send right heel to the floor. It may be a slightly shortened stance on this side, and that's okay. Send weight into your right heel, picking up through your right hand. Warrior two, soft bend in your left knee. Leverage weight through your right heel. Moving towards goddess, turn toes out, heels in. Big exhale and sink low. Nice, rising back through center. Standing half moon to our left. Standing back tall. Hands to heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe again in. But we'll take this 2 more full rounds. I'll still say the asanas, but feel free to take your time to explore, to do something a little different than maybe you did on the first side, or feel free to keep it simple. Reach and stretch arms up. Standing half moon, take everything to our left. Moving towards goddess, left foot steps. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two, turn through your left toes. Trikonasana triangle. Intense leg stretch, Parsvottanasana. Fold forward over your front leg, hips point more towards the floor. Low lunge. Skandasana, deep side bending lunge. And take it back around, wide-legged forward fold. Skandasana to your right. Low lunge to your right. Parsvottanasana, intense leg stretch. Trikonasana triangle. Virabhadrasana 2. Goddess. Standing half moon, leaning to the right. Tadasana, back to center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Everything to the right. Inhale, Urdhva standing half moon. Moving towards goddess, right foot steps out. Virabhadrasana 2. On your right. Trikonasana. Parsvottanasana, intense leg stretch. Low lunge. Skandasana. And to the other side, wide-legged forward fold. Skandasana to the left. Low lunge, left toes turn. Parsvottanasana, intense leg stretch. Trikonasana, triangle. Warrior two. Goddess. Standing half moon to our left. Back through center. Tadasana. 3 breaths, breathe in. Sending breath down and out, breathe out. 2 more. One more round of our Chandra Namaskara. Urdhva Hastasana. Standing half moon to the left. Goddess. Left foot steps out. Virabhadrasana on your left. Trikonasana. Parsvottanasana. Low lunge. Skandasana. And taking it to the right, wide-legged forward fold. Skandasana on the right. Low lunge. Parsvottanasana. Trikonasana. Virabhadrasana 2. Goddess. Standing half moon to the right. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Take 1 breath, inhale. Exhale. Taking it back to the right. Urdhva Hastasana. Standing half moon. Urdhva Hastasana. Goddess, step to your right. Virabhadrasana 2. Trikonasana. Parsvottanasana. Low lunge. Skandasana, moving inside your right knee. And everything back to the left, wide-legged forward fold. Skandasana into your left knee. Low lunge. Parsvottanasana. Trikonasana. Virabhadrasana 2. Goddess. Standing half moon to our left. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Notice how you feel. One more breath. And you can stay facing the side if that works for you. We'll come back into goddess, turning toes out, dropping heels in. And now keep your weight evenly distributed into your feet. And we'll take a little butterfly mudra. So it looks like turning your hands towards me and then flipping them towards you, crisscrossing them over, letting your thumbs hook, and then pulling them in to your heart. From here, we can take a big bend into our knees, sinking down through our seat. Good. Now inhale, sink a little lower, exhale. Good. We're going to take some big circles. So inhale, stay here. Exhale, drop to your left. Exhale all the way down towards the bottom. Crown moves towards the ground. Begin your inhale here and ride your inhale to the right and to the top. We're going to take that again. Exhale to your left. Begin to inhale at the bottom, coming up through your right. Take that twice more. Exhale. Inhale. Last round. You can stand up for a moment. And then we'll switch the cross in our thumbs. And the opposite one on top. And right back in towards our heart. Lifting heart towards thumbs and then big bend back into our knees. Taking these circles the other way. So inhale, exhale to your right all the way to the bottom. Inhale to the bottom, coming up to the left. Take that again. Exhale, right. Inhale, left. One more. Stop, y'all. Release this mudra, walking your feet back towards one another. We'll come back towards the top of our mat. Meet yourself here, moving down through the ground, picking up through your heart. Breathing in, breathing out. One more inhale. Send your breath back down. Exhale. The next inhale, we'll reach and stretch arms up. Eyes may look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, big fold forward, soft bend in your knees. Belly drops towards thighs. Hands move towards the ground. Coming through towards tabletop. Dropping one knee down. Second knee can follow. You can always place extra cushion here under your knees. Maybe a blanket. Really anything that's squishy and padded. And we'll take a couple movements here, shifting your weight forward, back, side to side. Getting a sense of yourself and how you're holding your weight and pressure today. And permission to not be so hard on yourself. Maybe take up a little more space today if that feels good. Maybe take smaller movements if that feels a little safer in your body today. We'll start to take some rolling chakravakas, or just chakravakasana to start getting ahead of myself. We'll breathe in, stay here. Breathe out to child's, melt hips towards heels, heart towards floor. Next inhale, come back forward to table. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your toes, lift through your seat. Let's take that a few more rounds. Breathe in, coming to table. Maybe you slow it down, breathe it out to child. Inhale, we come through table. Exhale, slow it down, down dog. One more round, breathing in. Slow breath out to child's balasana. Next, inhale to table. Exhale, down dog. Okay, now option to stay in your down dog. You can take it on a little walk here, one knee then the other. You can also keep that little flow going that we just were building. You may just enjoy shifting your weight around in this shape, just getting a sense of yourself here. And then hold in your down dog. And now we'll try that rolling Chakravarkasana. So it's a little different. So you'll inhale and you'll come forward like you're going to do high plank. And then as you exhale, take a big bend in your knees, dropping them towards the floor, almost like child's. And then push your hands seat towards heels. Stretch up through your seat to the floor, heels to the floor, seat to the sky, down dog. We'll do that again. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, big bend, scoop, and lift to down dog. Nice. Do that twice more. Breathe in. Big bend and lift up. Last round. In. Big bend up. Nice. Dropping back down to our knees. Child's pose. Options here, knees can come wider apart, melting belly in between your thighs. It may feel better today to bring your knees together. Hands can even come back towards your heels. Find a slight rounding through your spine, dropping your chin towards your chest. You can also place a prop or any body part that you can reach under your head, just bringing the floor a little closer towards you. Find some soft rounding in the back of your spine, back of your heart. And then see if you can breathe a little more into the backs of your ribs and lungs. One more breath. Nice. And we'll slowly release. Coming up to a seat. Maybe you keep your knees together, make it look more like heroes. Maybe you're ready to come out of that. Just a little moment here, breathing in, breathing out. Tabletop, crawl your hands back forward, and maybe you grab both of your blocks if you took my advice and placed them further apart. You can go ahead and lift up a little through your heart, bringing hands to the blocks so that feels better in your head, especially if you have any headache or sinus pressure. Let's stretch our right foot towards the back of the mat. You can start with the ball of your foot down. And we'll pick up our right foot, adding in bigger movements to our knee, to our hip. And stretch right leg straight back. And then pull it forward. It may come wide and then to the center. Maybe you pull it straight through. I'm going to invite us to frame our foot with our hands, and our blocks may make that a little possible, especially if we make that more than taller. Low lunge splits prep. Shift your weight into and out of your front leg. Option to keep front toes down, or maybe as you start to shift back, they want to lift up as well. No rush, no hurry. You're already here. And we'll hold in our low lunge. Place your left hand to the floor. A block may bring the floor closer to you inside your right foot. You're welcome to bring right hand to your right thigh. Continue to pull right hip back as you stretch a little more forward with your heart. And as you inhale, look up towards the sky, right arm reaches, taking a twist. As you exhale, think closing off, heart moves towards the floor. Again, inhale, think twist and lift and open through your heart. Exhale, close off, heart towards floor. One more, breathe in, open. Breathe out, close. And then hold in your lunge, just another breath or two. You can bring both hands inside your front foot if that feels inviting. Dragon's lunge instead. One more breath. We'll step back, tabletop, right foot meets left. You can bring your hands back under your blocks. Maybe you melt back into child's. Maybe you're more curious about down dog. You can just see if these blocks or other props enhance or inhibit your practice. Meeting back in table. Taking it to the opposite side. Stretch your left foot towards the back of your mat. Let's take a little movement here, forward and back. And then pick up your left foot, adding in bigger movements to your knee, to your hip. And then we'll step left foot forward. It can step wide and then swing back. Bringing left foot more towards the center of your mat. Blocks may make this more accessible. Place a little taller under your hands. Low lunge splits prep. This side may feel completely different. Right, and then we'll prepare to twist. Place your right hand down to the ground inside your left foot, maybe to your block. We can start by bringing left hand to our thigh, really pushing the heel of your hand into your knee. Find a little more length here in your spine. So now attention in your heart. And as you inhale, twist and turns in your heart to the sky, left arm to the sky. Exhale, turn back down towards the ground, closing it off. Again, inhale, push and open heart and hand to the sky. Exhale, release. One more round. Inhale, big openness. Exhale. Good option to hold in dragon's lunge. Just another breath or two. And we'll step back, tabletop. Option here for child, option for down dog. It doesn't need to look the same as it did on the first side. One more breath here. And we'll move more into our hips. I like to offer the deer pose, kind of the more yin version, but if you prefer half pigeon, that's cool too. You can start by extending your right foot back just like we did before. And then sliding right foot towards the top of your mat. I like to start with it to the right, similar to that dragon's lunge we just left. And then bringing right foot all the way across the mat, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Blocks may help support you as you bend both knees, dropping right hip towards the floor. I like to keep my left knee bent. It's a little safer for my hips. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be able to do this when I'm like 90. So it starts now. But maybe not forcing our hips in positions just because we can. Blocks may bring the floor closer to you, placed under your elbows. You may also place it under your chest or like kind of under the shoulders if that feels okay. Dropping your head and heart down to the ground. Find a place that you can breathe in effortlessly. Perhaps you slow down your exhale. Giving your body a little more time to release. Three more breaths. And we'll slowly release, coming back up. And we'll switch sides. If you like things to be symmetrical, you can go back to the table. If you'd rather just kind of get there, you can stay seated. Slide left leg forward. Unthread right and send right knee back. Take all the time you need, adjusting the angles of your knees and your heels for the second side. We'll take a little twist, little turn facing towards our front leg, and then start to hinge forward, folding forward over the left. Notice what part of you is working really hard here. Maybe you've clenched your hands into little fists. Maybe you've clenched your jaw, maybe both. Find a way to soften, whether that involves a little wiggle, or maybe just a big exhale. Let's do 3 more breaths. We'll slowly sit up. I'm going to invite us to naturally kind of roll towards center. You'll end up facing the side, long edge of your mat. Just take some little windshield wipers. Go in the direction of your hips. And then options, you can stay here and extend your legs long to the side, setting up for a wide-legged forward fold. You could still stay here and then extend your feet forward instead, but if you want to use your mat, you might want to turn to the side. Really root down through your seat. And if it feels best, you can also consider elevating your seat. Just get a little extra tilt, maybe a little extra cushion as well. Good. Now, whether your legs are wide or not so wide, we'll think inhale and reach and stretch arms up and away from the floor. And then exhale, think hinge at your hips, reach hands away from your seat towards the floor. Good. Then inhale, come back up. Take that again. Exhale, hinge forward, maybe folding a little deeper, maybe not. Inhale, lift. Good. This time we'll hold. Exhale. Stay here. Hands may drop to the ground depending on your shape. You may touch your own body instead. Any part of your legs is welcome. And continue to hinge at your hips, thinking like a stapler. And then find a little rounding in your spine. Three more breaths. Maybe slow down your exhale. Nice job, y'all. Let's slowly sit up. And slowly sit back, putting a little space between our belly and thighs. You can let your legs do what they feel like doing. Maybe they bend and come back to some little windshield wipers. Maybe they kind of popcorn instead. And we'll bring ourselves to lie down on our backs. We have a bit more of our guided practice to go, but for right now, we'll just take up a bit of space. You may place a blanket or even a pillow under your head, just allowing yourself to find some good support. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now let's bend our knees, place our feet flat to the floor. Find your breath, breathing in. Slow it down, breathing out. And take some active bridge poses. Inhale, push down, maybe breathing in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale twice as long, lowering down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep this going. Breathing in, lifting up, bridge. 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that twice more. Either count or feel it yourself. Last one. And walk your feet as wide apart as your mat, dropping knees in towards one another. Coming to constructive rest position. I like to call this restorative bridge, but we do it without any props except maybe this blanket that I've got behind my head. Widen through your hips. Arms maybe stretch wide, maybe they goalpost, maybe you give yourself a big bear hug. Resting more of your spine on the ground. Softly breathe here. If your mind feels extra busy right now, let's give it something to do. As you breathe in, remind yourself, I am breathing in. As you exhale, remind yourself, I am breathing out. Softly and sweetly tethering yourself to this present moment. So if you took the bear hug, you can switch the cross in your arms, bringing the other one on top. Breathing in. I am breathing out. One more breath. Happy baby. And keep it soft. No need to stress here. If you can easily grab the outside of your foot, great. If you feel a little more strain, try outer ankles or even outside of your knees instead. And gentle little rocks from side to side. We'll come into our twist. You're welcome to cross your right thigh over your left. But either way, we'll drop both knees to our left. Really anchor down through our right shoulder. Open up and look and breathe to our right. Find a little more breath in your low belly, low back. Three more breaths. Unwind. Coming back through center. Let's take a couple rounds of breath and maybe some stretches or wiggles in between things. And we'll take this to the other side, crossing left thigh over right if you like that bind. Even without the bind, dropping both knees to your right, open up, look and breathe to your left. One more breath here. We'll slowly unwind, coming back through center. Take a full body stretch here, just noticing what that feels like. And curl into a little ball. Lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Hug knees towards nose. Nose hugs a little closer towards knees. Squeeze in just a little tighter for 3, 2, 1. And then take a full body stretch. Reach hands and feet away from one another. Maybe you knock stuff over. Taking up a little more space for 3, 2, 1. And then curl back in, tight little ball. Squeeze a little tighter. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your face, squeeze your toes, squeeze your booty, squeeze your belly. Squeeze a little tighter for 10, 9, 8. Squeeze tighter. 6, 5, 4. Tighter still. Squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2. Squeeze 1 and release. And we'll all move ourselves towards a shape that you can rest in comfortably for a few minutes. You may rest best here on your back. You may prefer rolling to your side or even onto your belly. Use any props that you need here to feel nice and supported. One more breath together. Inhale. Sweet send out. Exhale. Shavasana. Rest in this beautiful nest. Feeling rejuvenated and replenished. Let's breathe in. Let's breathe out. And dropping weight down into your bones, breathing in. Open your mouth, breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale. And wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly waking up, feeling the muscles move into your arms. Maybe even feeling the muscles moving all the way up to your shoulders. Add movement to your wrists and ankles, arms and legs. In your own way and time, we'll slowly wake up. We'll all eventually sit up, taking notice of how do you feel in your body, breath, mind stuff. And finding a comfortable seat that you can be in for a few minutes. We'll do one more little meditation / breath work called Brahmari breath, and it's got some hand placements. Now, one option is to take your 2 pointer fingers and you'll take them over the little flappy part of your ears. And if you have headphones in, you'll need to take them out, but not until I'm done explaining things. But you can just close off the flaps of your ears if you don't want to do the others. But the full process, I gotta take off my glasses, is you will place your fingers or your hands over your face. You'll use your first finger placed lightly over your eyelids. Again, you're not trying to put too much pressure, just a little light pressure so they stay closed. Then you take your middle finger and they go over your nostrils. Again, just right where you can apply a little light pressure. Your ring finger will go on your top lip and your pinky finger will go on your bottom lip. And then you've got your thumb ready to close off the flappy part of your ears. So it looks like this. And we'll be making a humming sound. So again, watch first, and then you can take any earbuds out or close your ears. But it's a breathe in, and you're going to close off, light pressure in. You'll breathe out and take a little slight humming. When you need to breathe in, you'll release a little bit of pressure, breathe in, breathe out, light pressure, buzz, hum like a bee. We'll just keep this going. We'll take like 10 rounds of this Brahmari bee buzzing breath. Again, you can simply close your eyes and use your pointer fingers to close your ears. Breathing in. Five more. Last one. Once complete, you can release your face, dropping hands back down to your knees. Take a breath in, breath out. Again, breathe in. One more breath. Let's gather our hands to our hearts, lifting hearts a tiny bit taller to meet our thumbs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Optional Om. Inhale. And drop your chin to your chest, turning inwards. Taking this final moment together in reverence, love, and gratitude for yourself and for each other, and to all the teachers, all the students, and all the hearts that have passed these practices of yoga down to us today. All right, y'all. That is our practice. Thank you very much.